Good evening, everyone. My story starts in the heart of Brooklyn, New York. On August 23rd, 2011, Hurricane Irene flooded my community. The flood water seeped through my entire building, causing several property damages and forcing my family to seek shelter in a hotel. After the hurricane, my family moved out of the community in fear, wondering if another flood were to happen again, if a home would protect us. My family was scared and paid a high price to find affordable and safe housing. And it's not just our home, it's our entire community. A recent report by EPA estimated that 26 billion of American coastal properties could be lost annually if we don't address climate change. And this is why we're here. We are DNA Development, a real estate firm that seeks to create affordable solutions. Now, there are several problems we notice as a team. Coastal cities are struggling to cope with rapid population growth, and it's estimated that by 2050, the population will increase from 7.8 billion to 9.8 billion. This means housing is becoming increasingly dense. Climate change is happening, sea levels are rising, and shoreline communities are endangered. For example, the coastal area of Louisiana has already shrunk by more than 2,000 square miles.
Our solution is the creating of net zero floating communities in coastal areas impacted by the twin crises of both affordable housing and global climate change. Our model is to think of land for housing as replaceable. DNA floating homes are made of eco-friendly elements from material choices and renewable energy sources. Net zero operations is the goal of providing as much energy as we need and reducing waste to zero, allowing the community to achieve self-sufficiency. The benefits of these net zero communities are endless. Cost efficiency for middle-income families and working-class families, the use of renewable energy to reduce one's carbon footprint among the average families in the Western world, maintaining a community where we are preventing the displacement of families from coastal locations while forming a bond that is relatively tight-knit and established, a solution to the consequences of climate change as sea level rises or as flooding occurs, the floating community rises with the water. This is not a radical idea. These communities have already been built with proven successful models, but have yet to be widely adopted.
Our main competitor is ARCUP, a coastal real estate company based out of Florida. ARCUP develops floating houses, but it revolves around luxury that's not readily affordable for the average American. We differentiate ourselves because we are a floating house model based on affordability and sustainability.
We are targeting specific groups in coastal communities that want a sustainable lifestyle and housing that will be more resilient to environmental damage, particularly from flooding. These include environmentally conscious working class and middle class families who are interested in unique design and are willing to live a net zero lifestyle. Families who have also suffered from losses from flooding and other environmental damage from climate change and want a better alternative to rebuilding. Our first focus will be along the coast of South Lake Union in Seattle, which is subject to sea level change. Lake Union has a few floating homes, so we will start there because they have figured out code, permit, and other regulatory issues. Our first project would be building a 1,200 square foot, 3-bedroom floating house that starts at about $210,000. The median price of a home in Seattle Lake Union is about $576,000 for a similar model, making us a very affordable choice. In regard to our revenue, we will provide architectural design and construction services, as well as sales to commercial real estate developers who could also be interested in units for long and short-term rentals. Lastly, we will pursue partnerships with traditional financial institutions that have been designated by government agencies to provide post-financial disaster relief for flooding and hurricanes.
Our team member, Ife, is an architectural student who is currently working on the prototype design. It should be done around April. We are doing research on how to handle infrastructure design, such as water and wastewater management. Other companies have solved this, and we plan to utilize their best practices. This summer, we plan on also traveling to the Netherlands to meet and learn from developers who have worked on similar projects. But by the end of the summer, not only will we finalize our prototype, we will also get a better understanding of the budget.
After noticing this problem firsthand, Daniel has formed a team of individuals who have a passion for making an impact in the world and have a drive to build a startup business. I have personally been affected by natural disasters, but millions of people around the world have lost homes due to flooding. My name is Calvin Atiku. I'm a mechanical engineer that's passionate about solving climate change. Now, let me introduce you to my team.
I am Maya Benjamin, a policy studies major who's interested in working to fix climate change and help create floating houses.
My name is Fabrice Fedis, a public health major that also wants to make the world a cleaner place.
And although Ife Guno is not here, she's an architect major that seeks to create affordable housing for people in Nigeria. While we are putting this team together, we realized that we still need major improvement. So we started working with civil engineers and geography professors as advisors, using them to build our knowledge and seeking their advice. We plan to add a construction engineer to our team of advisors.
It is our responsibility to use innovation to halt carbon emissions and to impact the lives of people harmed by climate change.